Good afternoon. My name is Brenda Kupchik. I am the first Selectwoman of the town of Fairfield. I am here with my team, the emergency management team, Chief McCarthy and Chief Liddy, and our Director of Public Health, Sans Clary. We are here to provide the residents of Fairfield some important updates and requests that I will be asking you as members of our community. We are facing a public health crisis that has not been seen in this country in over a century, as the COVID-19, known as the coronavirus, has become a global pandemic. At this time, there are no confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the town of Fairfield, but the actions that I am about to announce and that will be taken here and across our nation are designed to slow the spread of this virus and to ensure that it does not overwhelm our healthcare system. Simply put, we want to flatten the curve. This virus is extremely contagious, and so we are asking people to practice safe distancing. That means keeping a minimum distance between you and any non-family member of at least 6 feet. As you see, we are demonstrating that today. I am asking everyone in our community to perform these simple steps as part of your civic responsibility. What you do now will have a huge impact on our community and the lives of those around you. I am asking you to do the right thing for the greater good. We will and can get through this together. I have just signed a local declaration of emergency for the town of Fairfield and have ordered the closure of all of our parks, playgrounds, public golf courses, public beaches, and all other public open space recreational areas, effective immediately until further notice. We are doing this because people are congregating in mass amounts at these locations, and this is a very serious issue, and we are asking and taking direction from the CDC. All town offices will be closed to the public starting tomorrow morning, Tuesday, March 17th, through Thursday, March 19th. We will make an announcement on Thursday afternoon as how the town offices will proceed thereafter to continue to provide essential town services. Restaurants in Connecticut have been closed for dine-in services by order of the governor. However, takeout service may still be available by pickup, curbside pickup, or delivery. I hope you'll support our local businesses who will be doing that function, because they are critically important to the well-being of our community. If you have any questions about town operations or services, please refer to our town website. I know this is a difficult time for our community. We can get through this together if we just pay attention to the CDC guidelines and the prevention tips. We need to do this for each other. I know it's a difficult time for everyone, but please, please, follow these guidelines. They are extremely important. I am going to have our Director of Public Health come up and talk a little bit about the importance, and so he can emphasize that. Sans Clary.
So given the current status of the COVID-19 pandemic in the U.S., in Connecticut, and in the town of Fairfield, the town of Fairfield is requesting an increased adherence to social distancing principles. The town is recommending all individuals, both adults, children, stay home and not interact with other individuals outside the household. We're asking people not to attend gatherings of any size or to engage in optional socializing of any form. In addition, we're asking individuals not to go out into the community other than for the essentials, such as work if you cannot work from home, groceries, medicines or medical appointments, or to pick up food. If your household members need to go out for these reasons or wish to go out for physical activity, we ask that you make sure that you can maintain 6 feet of separation from all other individuals and to follow the CDC guidelines. Some experts are advising us, the U.S., that we are approximately 2 weeks behind what is occurring in Italy, and we have an opportunity here to make that change. We desire to be decisive now, and that is why we are asking this of you. But for these actions to be successful, we need to, in reducing the impact on our community, which at its core means reducing the number of deaths amongst Fairfield residents, these actions must be adhered to by all. We ask you now to put your family and friends, your colleagues, and your community above your personal desires and freedoms, and to serve others by setting the example and staying home. Just to reiterate, we're asking all individuals, both adults and children, to stay home and not interact with individuals outside the household, and we're asking that people not attend gatherings of any size or participate in optional socializing of any form. Now we're going to have Chief McCarthy.
Good afternoon. Dennis McCarthy, Fire Chief, Emergency Management Director for the Town of Fairfield. The Town of Fairfield Office of Emergency Management is actively engaged in our community preparedness and response plans related to COVID-19. Emergency management is responsible for coordinating the various municipal, non-governmental, volunteer, private sector, and all those resources to address the pandemic. Our organization has worked collaboratively in response to natural disasters, threats of violence, planned events, as well as participation as a group to disaster exercise with local, state, and federal partners. The pace of widespread impacts and the community response has accelerated in recent days. Our emergency management team began in late January to address the issues of COVID-19, and at the direction of the first Selectwoman, we opened our Emergency Operations Center late last week. As is our practice, we identified threats and began to deliberate on measured response as early as possible to make appropriate, reasoned, well-planned decisions, and we continue to be flexible and adjust our response priorities as circumstances dictate. Our objectives are to provide care and support for those in need, containment of the virus through non-pharmaceutical interventions as detailed by the Health Director, Sands Clary, provide timely information to the public, and maintain essential services, including emergency response. Lastly, and most importantly, our system relies on actively engaged, informed residents. Observance of official directions and warnings are key to our community response and ultimate recovery from this pandemic. For this is a civic responsibility, and while we recognize the hardship, our long-term success will be measured by our ability to minimize the spread of disease. The Town of Fairfield residents, employees, and businesses are the most important part of our response plans. Together, Fairfield will flatten the curve.
Thank you, Chief McCarthy. Rest assured, the continuity of law enforcement and emergency services is intact. If you need us and you call 911, you will get a response. While these actions that are being taken are unprecedented, our commitment to protecting the lives of our citizens is 100% solid. We will get through this crisis. Like the Chief said, it's going to take all of us to put into place these recommendations and take them very seriously. We're asking the public not to panic over this. It's common sense avenues that will get us through this crisis, and we will get through this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. And just in closing, I just want to reiterate, please go to the town's website for additional information, for contacts, for any questions you might have. Our health director, all of those various things will be on that website, and updates on how town services will be proceeding after we shut down to get to work together to figure out how we're going to provide those services under this situation. And I just want to say again, very clearly to the public, we got a lot of feedback from residents by phone and email that children were gathering to play lacrosse at our fields, at our school fields. People were interacting, going out in large groups. This has to stop right now. You were listening to the CDC guidelines. Over the weekend, the President addressed the nation, and our Governor addressed the state of Connecticut. Everyone needs to take this very seriously. We need to protect each other. So please, please, follow those guidelines and listen to the professionals, the healthcare professionals, what they're telling us to do. Please. Thank you very much.